When I record podcasts, I like to stay hydrated. Who knew talking could be so hard? My favourite drink to have to hand is Lifeline's Hydro OG. It's a tried and tested product for me. It helped me and my team complete a 24-hour podcast, giving us the edge that we needed to get over the finish line. So whether you're at the gym, on a bike ride, or just trying to get over that night before, Lifeline's Hydro OG has got your back. Each serving is stocked with all the healthy ingredients and vitamins you could ask for. There are a great range of flavours, and with each serving at only 18 calories, you really can't go wrong. Here at the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, we like to support local, independent companies and brands, and Lifelines is a product that I am proud to endorse. Go to lifelines.com. Now that's LYFELINEZ.com to find out more. Now, without further ado, here is today's episode. Hi guys, and welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm Alex Whiteley, of course, and today I'm here at St Mary's for another great event. Hats off to Robert Milton and the guys at St Mary's for putting on another great event to spread culture, really. I mean, what have I been to? Well, you guys have been listening to the Shrewsbury Biscuit for the last sort of few months. We have covered a beer festival. We've covered a steampunk spectacular, and now Peaks Elite Travel are here today to celebrate a great anniversary and to get estate agents, to get travel agents out here to speak to people and to make people realise they're still here and doing their thing. You know, for people, those that are lucky enough, you are still able to travel the world and go and see amazing culture. I love travelling and seeing culture. Haven't been able to do it for a while. The last holiday we did, we went to Greece and sat on the beach in front of the pool. That being said, there are trips here to Africa, to Asia. There are cruises. There's trips here to Canada and America. There's so much to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the organiser, Claire, speak to her, and find out what's going on here. And we'll find a few agents to speak to. And Beth Heath is here as well. She's part of this beautiful event, I think, today, and it looks wonderful. So let's go find some people to speak to. So I'm Alex, I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. Want to introduce yourself and where you come from today?
Yeah, my name's Megan. I'm here representing Silversea Cruises.
Wonderful. How long have you been part of Silversea?
So I'm actually quite new to Silversea. I've been with the company about 2 months now, but have spent 7 or 8 years in the kind of luxury cruise sector. So
I was just chatting to a couple over there on the benches about cruises, because as much as I love taking these microphones out and speaking to people, I love what I do, but sometimes being the idea of being locked in a vessel with other people, it kind of like it does something weird to me. But I've heard wonderful things about cruises. A lot of effort goes into making sure the customer's happy, right?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best ways to travel and see the world. I mean, to unpack once and wake up in a new destination every day.
Yeah.
It's definitely a plus.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Have you been doing this job for a long time, like traveling?
Yeah, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah. So, and how's it been over the? Because there's been lots of life-changing things, or society-changing things that have happened in that time.
It's been really, really difficult. Particularly the last 2 years. We had ships just parked up for 18 months or more. Wow. So it was hard. It was hard, but we're back with a bang. Destinations are opening up again, and it's back and stronger than ever.
Wonderful. So if anybody's listening to this now, what do Silversea offer? Where do you take your cruises around the world?
We offer our guests cruises in over 900 destinations. So there is going to be something for everyone on a Silversea cruise. Whether you're looking at expedition out to the Galapagos, the Arctic, the Antarctic, whether you just want a Caribbean cruise, something in the Med. There really is something for everybody.
I'd love to go to the Galapagos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's on my bucket list.
Have you been on any of these cruises yet?
Not yet, no. I've
2 months
always kept an eye out on them, but no, not yet.
If somebody was listening to this and never been on a cruise before,
Yes.
what would you say to entice them in? Well, entice is kind of but to bring them in and to encourage them, say, actually, no, this is the right thing for you, maybe.
I think it's a great way to experience new destinations. You know, you might want to do a Mediterranean cruise or experience some of Europe. You will go to places that you've never even heard of, but actually just are incredible. And then you get back on a ship, you are looked after completely. With Silversea, we're all inclusive, so you don't have to spend another penny. We'll take you out on your tours. Once you come back, your glass of champagne is there ready and waiting for you. Amazing cuisine on board. I mean, it's just, what could you ask for?
I did say, I'm going to go speak to this couple in a sec. I said I'll put a microphone in front of you in a second. But like the idea of like going and just being pampered for the whole
Absolutely.
week, like that is quite appealing to me. I do like.
I mean, we have butlers for every single suite on board.
Really?
They can draw you a bath. So you've been out exploring, walking all day. You come back, your butler's poured you, made you a bath. There's a glass of champagne on the side. I mean, what more could you want?
Draw me a bath, Jeeves. I love that.
Exactly.
Buff my shoes. I don't know what I'd do with a butler.
Nor do I.
What would you do with a butler, honestly? How can people find Silversea? Are you on social media and stuff?
We're on social media, through your local travel agent. SilverseaCruises.com is our website, so lots of different ways to find us.
Well, you've been wonderful to chat to. Thank you so much, and I hope loads of people come see you.
Thank you very much.
Is wonderful. The relationship you guys have with Peaks, I think that's probably worth talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you guys worked with Peaks?
Me only 2 months, but before that, a long time. You know, we love to support our local travel agents. Actually, quite a lot of our business comes through our travel agents, and so those relationships are really important.
They're the gateway, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Into the world.
Yeah. They know their clients better than we do, so they know who's best for what product, and it works really well.
I was talking to Claire. She came on my show a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. And I was talking about how the internet has changed everything, but and Peaks are aware of this, how the world has changed it. But there is that old-fashioned, that well-respected manner of going to actually speak to someone, a human being, and getting that sort of interaction.
And getting those personal recommendations of, they know what you've done for your previous holidays, so they're going to be able to be best placed to recommend you your next one.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me today.
No problem, thank you.
I'm Beth Heath. How are you?
I'm all right. Nice to see you in church.
I was just talking about how this church is like, over the last sort of 6 months, I've been to a beer festival here, a steampunk spooktacular, and now I'm finding out about worldwide culture here.
Yeah, no, it's a very underutilised space in my opinion. This church can be anything. We've done dinners for 250 people. We've done graduation in here. It is a phenomenal space.
Yeah, and I've seen that you actually, Shropshire Festivals, use this a lot for your corporate events.
I'd like to do more in here. It's just persuading people. So you might want to watch this space for next year's Christmas party scene.
Ooh.
I have some ideas and some plans ahead.
That sounds great. And congratulations are in order as well. You guys just won a big award. Do you want to tell people about that?
Yeah, that was a big surprise actually, to be fair. That was the British Chamber of Commerce. So they call it Game Changer Award, so it's for entrepreneurship basically. We pivot a lot, as people all know, so throw a crisis at us and we do like that, and we got to re-innovate and try and change things up. I'm most excited about the getting our award. We've got to go to the closing ceremony of the stock exchange.
Hey!
And I've never done that, and I think that'd be pretty cool, so I'm going to ring a bell. I assume they'll let me do that, obviously.
Yeah.
And I can go and get my award and have a night out in London.
Maybe hear some very colourful language. I've heard that, if the movies are true.
It'll be the day that the stock exchange crashes, of course, the day that I go, but there we go.
A day in infamy, there you go.
Yeah.
You'll be there stood there like smiling while everybody's crying in the background,
But so I've now today I have planned about 12 holidays that I would like to go on. If I could choose, I know what I would do. But there are some amazing people here.
Yeah, it really is, and I'm looking forward to it. I've already spoke to the guys at Silver Sea over there in the corner. Lovely girl. I learned about what they do.
The Star Clippers, I have seen a gazillion people with their catalogues, and somebody was telling me about they went on holiday with them, and as they came in into Saint-Tropez, I think, there was a whole yacht thing on when they came in. I was like, life jealousy I've had quite a lot of today.
I will speak to them because they offer a different experience. Like Star Clipper, there's a couple here that I'm going to speak to in a second, saying it just looks like something of a fantasy, that boat.
Yeah.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah, no, and this lady here is a volunteer of mine as well.
She's wonderful. I was just chatting to her. She's like, you interviewed me like 3 years ago at the prison, and I was like, what? It's the Monopoly thing, the cat rescue. And I was like, oh my God, yes. That shows how old the biscuit is now. I'm forgetting people. That's how old it is.
Yeah, or either the biscuit's old or Alex is getting forgetful.
Yeah, so there could be that as well. I've seen Al at 36. Let's do it. Let's break barriers.
I'm nearly 45. You've got a way to go yet.
Beth, I love what you do.
Thank you.
And you've always got to support the biscuit wherever you go, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, biscuits the way forward. And we're even serving Shrewsbury biscuits here as well today.
You are. I did see them.
But yeah, so grab a biscuit as well.
We'll do. I'll get a picture of the biscuit. Right, thanks for chatting to me. I'm the organiser, Claire. How are you? You good?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah,
Look at
exciting day. I know, isn't it fab?
It looks amazing. It really does.
I
look
know.
amazing.
Did not look like this when we arrived last night.
No.
So it's amazing to see the change. It's just such a fab venue, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I was just talking to Beth about over the last few months I've been to a beer festival here,
Yeah.
a steampunk event, and now I'm learning about world culture. This place is such a great community hub, isn't it?
I know, absolutely love it. It's just fab, and we've had really fab feedback from all the tour operators that are here and our local customers as well.
Wonderful. It's been a couple of years since we spoke.
I know, we were just talking, wasn't it? It was 2019?
Something like that, yes. So
Scary.
3 years ago.
Yeah,
Just
I
in the
know.
parade we were. How have things changed for you guys? I mean, we can actually organise a proper sit-down chat after this if you like.
Yeah,
because
that would be
I would like
great.
to talk about the pandemic.
What a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, of course, the bottom fell out of the world as it did for
Yeah, of
everybody.
course, yeah.
So for us, that started with the countries around the world closing their borders. So before ever it was an issue for us in the UK, countries like Vietnam were really quick to react, stopped issuing visas to start with, then closed borders. So we were reacting by trying to get our passengers home, making sure those passengers were safely repatriated. And then, of course, more and more countries closed their borders, and that battle got bigger and bigger, really. It wasn't much fun. And then, of course, we shut down in the UK, had to send all my team from home. There were just a couple of us working from home. And, of course, we used furlough where we could. But the challenge is we couldn't furlough everybody. We actually had to pay to keep our staff to provide refunds for people. Kind of reverse business sense. Well, it doesn't make any business sense, but we're really chuffed to have come through it. We won a Chamber of Commerce Customer Service Award just this year, kind of in recognition for all
Wonderful.
of that hard work. So it's been a challenge, but we're here and we are staying.
It's all about adapting, and like some of the best businesses in the world learn how to adapt through these terrible situations.
Yeah.
And I feel like you and Beth are definitely like up there with showing people how they can adapt and survive.
Yeah, I mean she's an inspiration, isn't she?
She is.
We have so my team now, we are half the size of that we used to be. We operate the business slightly differently, and we extend an appointment system. Just because there are less of us, we want to make sure that our customers get to see the right people. So yeah, lots of changes, but it's also given us a chance to turn the business into what we want it to be. Yeah, super efficient and better all round, hopefully.
And there are so many people I've spoken to about the pandemic and about how actually it's kind of forced people to do that, to actually become more. I mean, we're all doing meetings on Zoom now. Who needs to leave the warmth of their home if they can do it?
Totally, but you can't beat a bit of face-to-face. But it's that combination, isn't it?
Yeah.
And having the options to actually do business in lots of different ways.
And I was chatting to a lady over at Silver Sea, and we were talking about, we had this conversation, I remember it like a few years ago, and we were talking about how the internet's changed things when it comes to, travel management and stuff.
Yeah.
But the face-to-face is, you can't beat that.
And that, I think, that's definitely come through, not just in travel, but in lots of different ways, isn't it? When we were stuck at home, we couldn't see any people. Actually, we realised that we are, as humans, we crave that human contact. So, it's been...
I think the doors of the world opened too quickly for me. If I'm honest, I was like, oh my God, there's too much at once. Let's just slow down.
I know, we all had that moment, didn't we? Where, whoa, I'm not really ready for this. Too many people.
I think I was at the food festival, a great event again by Beth, but I saw all these thousands of people coming down the quarry, and I was like, oh my God.
I know.
Nuts,
a bit overwhelming.
We're back.
But we've got to be back, haven't we? We've got to live again.
Yeah. And what is today? Explain what today is all about.
So today is an opportunity, well, the very first opportunity we had since 2019 to bring tour operators from around the country representing all of the worlds of adventure, cruise, luxury travel really. And what we want to do is we want to inspire people for their travels for 23 and for 24 because, like you said, life's been quite depressing of late. Yeah. And I think we all need something wonderful to look forward to. So we've actually had the biggest response we've ever had to a travel show. So we had 120 pre-registrations before the event. So more than we've ever had before.
So getting to speak to people at some of these tables might be quite difficult today then. So
yeah, I know. And lots of our customers here, they are super loyal supporters, but they're also bringing their friends and recommending people. So that's really great.
That's really nice. And I was chatting to a couple there about star clippers and cruises and things that I've never really thought of, but when you speak to someone who's appreciated that side of the world and that kind of travel, it kind of opens your eyes a little bit because I've always been like, oh my God, in a box with people.
Totally, I know.
It's not.
No, and that is really exactly what this event we want to challenge everybody's thought processes. Actually, give you options that you didn't think were options for you. Help to educate us all and to find something wonderful and exciting.
Well, I think what you're doing is wonderful. You're reminding the world that travel is still out there and accessible to people.
And it's right here in Shrewsbury Town Centre, which is a real passion of ours. We always want to support it. So to find this venue is epic.
And I appreciate this is going to go out after the fact, after today. But let's remind people where you are and how people can get in contact with you, because you are like the gateway to these tour providers.
Totally. So my team will work really hard as the ambassador really between clients and tour operators. So it's about us understanding motivations and what people are really hoping to achieve, and then we can put that to the tour operator and make sure that kind of comes through. We are based in Mardle. Our office is number 11 Mardle. You can reach us however you want to, really. Phone, email, websites. We'd love to see you face to face. As I say, we operate an appointment system, so you'd never struggle to get an appointment with us. We just ask that you give us a shout and we'll book some time in, really.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for chatting to me, and we'll organise a good sit down at some point.
Look forward to catching up.
Thank you. Right, so I'm Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. We cover a lot of events that happen in the town. That's why we're here today.
Okay.
And I've heard so much about Star Clippers, both from Beth Heath, from Claire, and this couple over here that we're chatting to.
Yeah, they've travelled with us before.
I just saw the picture of your boat, and it looks like something from a fairy tale. That's the first thing I've got to say.
Thank you.
Do you want to introduce yourself? What's your name? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Alison, and I work for Star Clippers out on the road. So I look after all of our travel agent partners in the north. So delighted to be here with Claire today, who's Peaks Traveller, one of our partners that we sell through. So so we've met some lovely clients today that have sailed with us quite a few times, and then we've been speaking to potential new clients as well.
What I get from looking at some of the pictures behind you is that this is not just your typical cruise, is it?
No. So we're a cruise line with a difference, to be honest. So we have 3 fabulous sailing yachts in the fleet. Whilst the ships get bigger and bigger and bigger, we're absolutely at the opposite end of the scale. So Royal Clipper, our largest ship, just carries 227 guests. And then we've got 2 smaller ships, a little bit more intimate, that carry just 166 guests each.
Wow.
So it's very relaxed, very informal on board, getting to lots of smaller ports of call that the other big guys don't get into, and just a lovely way to see the world, to be honest.
As a ratio, it's a bit more intimate, isn't it? So you can get more care for your customers, I guess.
Yes, so we have a guest to crew ratio of 2 to 1.
Wow.
Very high guest to crew ratio, and just in terms of a lot of our itineraries are into sort of Robinson Crusoe, ports of call,
little bit more off the beaten track, smaller islands, smaller ports of call. Really trying to do different things from the larger cruise lines, to be honest.
And to explain, because this is audio only, to explain, these aren't just like your typical cruise. It's like 25, 35 sails. It's a sailboat.
Yeah, so we're a sailing yacht, but you are on there as a cruise guest,
yes.
So you're not expected to work. You can get a little bit. No, you can do that. You can get a little bit hands-on. So we have an open bridge policy, apart from when we're on manoeuvres, so you can get up to see the captain and the moves. They'll have you pulling on the ropes to hoist the sails up. You can climb the crow's nest. You can sit in the bowsprit nets down at the front. Wow. So again, that's where we're a little bit different. So you can get involved to a certain degree, but equally you can just sit back on the top deck with a cocktail and completely relax. It's very, very relaxing sailing with us.
Amazing. And where do you guys sail to on the world?
So we sail all around the world. In the winter, we sail all around the Caribbean, so literally island hopping all around the Caribbean islands. Yeah. And we have a ship out in Costa Rica, so we sail down the Pacific coastline of Costa Rica, which is incredible for touring and wildlife and scenery. We sail through the Panama Canal, which is what two of our ships are about to do this week. Then in the summer, we sail all over the Med, so we island hop all around the Greek islands. We sail in and out of Venice, doing the beautiful Adriatic coastline, in and out of Rome, sailing down the stunning Amalfi coastline, and then also in and out of Cannes as well, doing a lot of Corsica, Sardinia. We're down in Monte Carlo for the Grand Prix and the Grand Prix trials.
Oh, wow.
So we've got some real sort of iconic sailings as well.
That's wonderful. We went to Cartagena in Colombia. My wife is from South America. And we're like, oh, the Caribbean's just there, so to be able to jump on a boat and be able to go and travel to different islands from Cartagena or even, stone's throw away would have been great, know?
Yeah. No, it's beautiful, and it's, you unpack once and you get to see lots of different destinations, so it's it's a perfect holiday, to be honest, and you're well fed, you're watered, you're looked after 24/7, so it's just a beautiful way to see the world.
Sounds it. How can people find you if they want to check you out online?
So we have a website which is just starclippers.co.uk. We sell through all most of the travel agents in the UK. As I said, Peaks are one of our very close travel agent partners, so pop down and see the team there. They can book your flights, your transfers. If you want to stay a few days before the sailing or after the sailing, they can book all of that for you.
Yes.
So yeah, we're pretty easy to find, to be honest.
Well, wonderful. You've been great to speak to you today, and I hope you get lots of business from today. You deserve it, you guys.
Much. Thank you. It's been busy.
Well, thank you very much. No. Brilliant. Thank you. Cheers. So, what was your name again? Sorry, I forgot.
Marg Lloyd.
We spoke in 2019 at Shrewsbury Prison, right?
Yes, when Shropshire Cat Rescue, I was there with the another trustee, Diane Beaumont, when we were awarded the Monopoly Board.
Yeah.
Which was excellent.
Seems like a lifetime ago, it really does.
Well, it was pre-COVID and everything, so, we're just getting out and about again.
Yeah.
And trying to... So we've just been on the Star Clippers trip to France.
Have you? How was that? I've just been chatting to them.
And back around Cannes, Corsica, Sardinia, and back for a week, which was postponed from last year.
Wow.
And I would always recommend the Star Clippers.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do they really look after you then? Because I know that certain cruises differ. Have you had...
This was the fourth one I've been on. I've been through the Panama Canal, Thailand, and also Venice, when we've sailed back in the morning at 8 o'clock and St Mark's has been chiming. So it's just a fairy tale. You meet people of all nationalities, and it's smart casual. It's not all dressy up. You don't have a cinema. You don't have a casino. It's just you talk to people.
So it's just for people that really want to lay low we can take it slow.
Well, I don't know. You can climb the rigging. Helps launch
The thought of that makes me go
sails.
queasy.
So, yeah, it is a bit, but yeah. I've done it. I've done it the 4 times. I don't like heights, but
Well done
have
to you.
to do it.
As a guy who's terrified of heights, I commend you.
Yes,
I really
thank you.
do. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for chatting to me today. It's
Quite
lovely
all right.
to see you, and I hope
Nice
you've had
to
a
see
great
you.
day today.
And you'll have to come up to Shropshire Cat Rescue.
I would
and see
love
what
to.
goes on up there. We'll
Yeah,
have to sort something out.
A special message to Shropshire Cat Rescue. We've been flirting with the idea of working together for some time,
Yeah.
and we've just never been able to make it happen. It just happens sometimes.
It's just everything's always difficult, fixing everything all in. But
This is the 5th event I've covered this week. You know, it goes quickly.
Yeah,
We're
it
working
does,
fast, and so if you listen to this from the Shropshire Cat Rescue, I'm coming your way. We'll sort something out.
Thank you.
Thank you for chatting to me. Thank you.
Lovely.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. We cover a lot of events locally. That's why we're here today.
Lovely to meet you.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Mariam from Typically Holidays. We're an Italian specialist and we've been selling holidays to Italy for over 50 years.
Oh, wonderful. 50 years.
Yes.
So much has changed since then, hasn't it? You know, the world's completely changed, and we were just talking about how to adapt through situations, you know, society changing situations, and the fact that you guys are still here.
Yes,
is,
it's been absolutely amazing. We're a family-run business, and Daniel, the current MD, is absolutely brilliant at firefighting, and through the pandemic he's really supported all the travel agents through the turbulent times. Now onwards and upwards.
Absolutely. People want to travel. They want to go on holiday. This place is full today of people that want that, and for a while there they couldn't. You couldn't serve people. People couldn't travel. That must have been terrible for you guys.
It was bad times, but this was history.
Yes.
We're looking forward to good times in the future. People want to travel and it's getting busier and busier. It's nice to be doing what we love.
Amazing. And I see that you guys do Italy, Spain, and city breaks as
Yep.
well. What's your favourite of these three to offer people?
Italy.
Italy.
I've had lots of Florence conversations today. Florence is an all-time favourite.
Yeah.
And every time you visit Florence, you get a new experience. And
Yeah.
there's so much you can do from there. It's absolutely amazing.
I want to do more of Italy. We did Venice a few years ago, which isn't technically Italy, but it's kind of there.
It is.
Yeah. But I'd love to go and do. Where would you recommend? People that have never been to Italy before. Where would you recommend?
I
to go?
would say definitely start from Florence because there's so much you can do from there. It's only a 40-minute train journey into Bologna, which is the food capital in Emilia-Romagna, and it's absolutely amazing experience. As you said, you've been to Venice. Venice to Trieste is only a couple of hours on the train, but Trieste is a city of coffee.
Well,
Absolutely
right.
amazing place to be and do.
I love that place.
And
I
it's
love
the
coffee.
Slovenia border. So it's Italian, but it's kind of a Slovenian, Austrian influence to it. So it's been absolutely amazing.
That sounds great. It's just because you think of Italy, you think of culture and history. But does Italy offer lots of different things for different people?
Oh yes, definitely,
Whatever you-
definitely. I mean, the Puglia, which is the heel of Italy, is very virginal. It's very authentic Italian. It's not a touristy destination. It's a great place to visit because the train goes up down to Lecce, and it's quite easy to do it by train.
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking to do that, and then you get a different experience in Sorrento. Then you've got Calabria. Then you've got Emilia-Romagna, which is the food capital. Then you've got Tuscany. The Tuscan coast on the other end, which is not Rimini, is a great place to be.
Wonderful.
For example, Spezia, Verraggio, Livorno, which is kind of the unspoiled Tuscan coast, and it's a great experience. We offer out of the box different experiences, something very different, very truly authentic Italian.
What do you offer different to what others offer then?
We have small family-run hotels which are in the centre.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Very close to train stations. We offer experiences which are very out of the box, like
Yeah.
cooking, wine tasting, truffle hunting, painting with coffee, with the Tuscan landscape to your exposure. It's absolutely amazing.
So it's, rather than sit by a pool for a week, you guys are going to take people out and
Yeah.
show them what Italy is all about,
Yes.
or Spain, or the cities
Yes,
that you guys
Spain,
went
all the
to.
cities. Yeah, we added Spain in 2014, so we're going to be 40 in 2024.
Wow.
As typically Italian, and we added Spain in 2014, and we do the authentic Spain.
Yes.
So we don't do the Costas, we do Atlantic Spain, we do the Golden Triangle, we guarantee places to the Alhambra. So it's a different out-of-the-box experience.
Well,
And the cities we're offering to develop the same as well.
I love a good city break. We haven't done one for an awful while. I think we just did Liverpool, but we used to, me and my wife, before the little one came. No, actually, we did Bruges. We did Bruges with my little one as a baby, and I carried him all the way up the belfry.
Amazing. Amazing.
My wife actually mentioned it the other day. She goes, "Oh, Timmy did really well getting up to the top of the belt." I was like, "Did he? Did he? Or did Daddy carry him all the way up to the?"
It's the same thing. Whether he inspired you to take him to the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We try to do city breaks with a difference. So we offer a lot of experiences locally.
Yeah.
So people, for example, can go whale watching or go and do an experience which is not normally considered. And we do all the trains. We do mini cruises. We do the Orient Express, and it's just name it. We kind of tailor make to suit everybody's individual needs.
Amazing. And your guys' relationship with Peaks as well, that's worth
Yes,
mentioning.
because we don't do any direct sales. We only work through independent travel agents.
Okay.
And we have a good working relationship with Peaks Travel.
So if anybody wants to travel with you, they have to go through Peaks.
That's right. Yes.
And that sounds great, because I've worked with Peaks for a while now. I know that they're great people.
They're absolutely amazing.
If you're listening to this, guys, and you've never, used Peaks as a travel agent before, or maybe you've never used a travel agent before, so many people book online now. It is a good experience to go and sit and speak to someone as you're booking the...
Definitely. And plus you've got the protection with booking with a travel agent. So if anything goes wrong, it's looked after.
Yes.
You don't have to go through the hassle of contacting X, Y, Z. It's all done for you. And that's what we pride ourselves in, customer service.
Yes.
We don't do problems, we do solutions.
Well, that sounds fantastic. And you've
Thank
been
you very
lovely
much.
to speak to, so thank
Likewise.
you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, and I'm here today covering things, getting interviews with people. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Gaynor from Latin Roots and Polo Roots.
I was coming here today on social media. No, it was on an email, and somebody mentioned the polar thing. How fascinating that would be. Sounds great. Explain the polar routes to me then, because it does sound like an adventure.
Yeah, no, it is exactly that. So basically, we are a tour operator that works with over 25 different operators, very niche operators, cruise operators that do expedition cruise into the polar regions.
Wow.
So you can see that picture there.
Yes, of course.
Polar bear.
Polar bear.
So we do the north, so that's like Arctic, Canada, Northwest Passage, Arctic Circle.
Wow.
Bottom one.
Yeah.
That's South Georgia with all the king penguins, the king emperor penguins.
Yeah.
So we do Antarctica, South Georgia, Falklands, all that as well. So it's very, very niche, but all about the expedition.
Somebody was mentioning Antarctica the other day. It was a really random conversation I had, and somebody was like, "Nobody lives there," and I was like, "I'm sure people live in Antarctica," and they're like, "No, nobody can live on Antarctica. It's too cold." Do people live there? Do you know?
No,
They don't.
I think they have sort of posts. So I actually was there in March.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went in
Wow.
March. It was amazing. So we visited a place called Port Lockroy, which is the most southern and most expensive post office in the world. And you have people that will live at the post office for seasons.
Just in case.
Yeah, or they'll have like research centres down there as well that people will live at. So it's that kind of,
So
there's no communities.
If you're ordering something from Amazon to there, it's going to cost a
Might
lot.
take a little bit of time to get there as well.
Yeah.
I actually posted a postcard back to myself from
Did
there.
you get home before the postcard?
Yeah, it was like 5 weeks later.
That's hilarious. I love that.
But yeah, there's no communities down there.
But to go and see somewhere in the world what not many people get to see must be an amazing experience,
It was
right?
incredible. It was incredible. I was saying to somebody earlier, our first experience when we were on the Antarctic Peninsula, we went out in a Zodiac boat. So they're like these rubber boats that take, like a dinghy, that motorised, that take about 10 people with an expedition leader. And we saw a king emperor penguin, which you don't get to see in that area. And it was lost up on a hill just behind a whaling shipwreck, and it was just incredible to see. Sad because obviously it was not going to survive, but then literally within an hour we had a leopard seal right next to the boat, just swimming around next to the boat, which is really unusual because leopard seals can be quite dangerous. But he was getting a little bit let's say familiar with the Zodiac.
I get it.
So yeah,
I get it.
But it was incredible. It was literally, just like so close and incredible to see.
I've got a friend. Shout out to the Morris family. Check out their YouTube channel. Sailing 7 is the Morris family. They sold up and they bought a boat, and now they're living out with 3 kids, 2 dogs, and they're living on a boat in the Mediterranean.
Oh my God!
And on their way around Spain and stuff, they were really worried because orca whales would like taking the fins off boats and stuff. And there's all these trouble.
Yeah. I mean, you come across all sorts. It's there's no set itinerary when you do something like this. They have like a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D, because you just don't know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
So, but it's an incredible experience. The icebergs, the wildlife. We saw birds. We saw humpback whales, orcas, seals.
Sounds amazing.
Albatross, everything. It was incredible.
Sounds really good. And the Latin routes as well, that kind of appeals to me. My wife is Colombian. We've been to Colombia a few times.
Oh, amazing.
We've been to Cartagena as well, which is just in the Caribbean. But like the Latin culture is something very appealing to me, because there's so much love and passion there.
Yeah.
I mean, passion can be misconstrued sometimes.
No. No. It's such a diverse continent. You've got so much passion from each of the different destinations. Argentina, where you've got the tango, which obviously is a passionate dance.
Yeah, very passionate.
You've got Costa Rica, which is central. The people there are the friendliest in the world. It's just an incredible place to see. It's got everything. I would say it's got everything that every other continent's got, but better. And a lot of people save the best till last. They'll do all the other continents and then they'll come to this one last.
If you like your avocado, go and buy one fresh in a South American store, because they're like triple the size. They're the size of your head.
Huge. And really cheap.
Really cheap as well. So how long have you been doing this then? How long?
I've been in travel 32 years.
Wow.
But I've worked for this company for just under 5 years, just short of 5 years. So. And
in those 5 years, I mean, this has been like a running topic for today. We can't escape it. It's been a bit of turmoil over the last 5 years, hasn't there?
Last couple of years certainly has, yeah, for sure.
Are you guys okay? Are you catching up now?
Yeah, absolutely. South America was one of the last continents to open up, so it struggled massively.
Yes.
It really did. But you know what? It's bounced back with a vengeance. We are so busy. Costa Rica is high up on people's lists. Peru, Chile, Argentina, they're all coming back to life. Antarctica. They're bucket list destinations, and I think people have now sort of realised life's too short.
Yeah,
what we've been through, and they're going to all
what
these.
What if we go to lockdown again? We've got to get out now.
Yeah.
I can say it's not going to happen, but when it comes to travel, people are always going to be there. You want to see these things for yourself. You can look at things on TV, but I'm telling you now, folks, like, to go out there and experience it for yourself, to go and smell Venice yourself, sounds daft, but you've got to be there to see it. And have you had a lot of people postpone trips, and now all of a sudden, it's kind of like that's where it's all coming from?
Yeah, we had a lot of people sort of due to travel to lots of different places in 2020 and even to 21. So then now, obviously this year has been the year that they've travelled. Yeah. So, places like Costa Rica and Peru, those popular bucket list destinations that people want to see, it's really busy. So today I've had people asking about 2024. It does make sense.
It's a huge investment. I mean, we're paying for a holiday now for 2023. We do that every year. We'll book a holiday and we'll pay for it for the year, and then we've got something to look forward to. I guess if you've been waiting for the last sort of 2, maybe 3 years to go on something, you're going to get a bit antsy. What about your relationship with Peaks? You work well with Peaks?
Yeah, we work really well with Peaks. They do, some really great business for us. We're a very niche operator, so it's they know to come to us for South America and even the polar regions. So we work really well with them. They're a great team. They are.
And the difference between booking something online and to speaking to someone face to face.
I mean, this is these kind of destinations that we do. Why on earth would somebody go and book it online? You need somebody who's experienced, who's been to these places, and especially the last couple of years, when people were stuck out in South America and they'd done it themselves, they were stuck. They had no help. Yeah. So, to book something through a reputable travel agent and a reputable tour operator is definitely, something that people should do. And places like this, you just can't book it online. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't.
It's good to get that face-to-face, or even on the phone, just so you can speak to a human being rather than a machine.
Yeah, everyone who works for our company has travelled extensively around this continent, so they know it inside out. So Peaks Travel Elite know that they're talking to experts in this area, and that's what people want.
Wonderful. You've been great to speak to.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can people find you if they want to learn more about what you guys do?
At Peaks Travel Elite.
Go Peaks Travel Elite,
They need
guys.
to go to Peaks Travel Elite and ask for a brochure on Latin routes and polar routes, and the guys will help them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for chatting to me.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So, I'm Alex.
Hi, Alex.
I'm from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, and today we're covering this event because it's what we do. Would you like to introduce yourself? And where are you from?
I'm Amrit Singh, and I'm from Transindus Limited. We're an Asia specialist. We're, in fact, the UK's leading Asia specialist.
Wow.
And we do predominantly India and the subcontinent, but also Southeast Asia and Far East.
We've been talking a bit about the sort of backlog from the pandemic and stuff, because obviously there are people that were meant to travel in 2019, 2020, 21 that are still kind of waiting to go or just going now on their trips.
Yeah.
How's that been for you guys?
Well, we were very fortunate. We had a lot of people who couldn't travel during the pandemic, but we managed to push forward their holidays. Once, twice, 3 times, but they are traveling now. People are beginning to travel. The places that they've managed to get out into are places like Oman, in the Middle East and Central Asia, Uzbekistan, and then they've gone off into India and Sri Lanka. Places like Japan, South Korea and Vietnam have only just opened, and they're now heading out there. They will really come into vogue January, February.
Yeah.
There's a backlog of booking, people wanting to book to go out to Japan. We can't offer them itineraries for another 2 or 3 weeks because there's so much demand and there's a backlog. But it's exciting times.
Very exciting times. The world's opening up again properly. I remember seeing a news story about a guy from South Korea who was trying to get back to the UK, I think, and he's had to wait so long because they've only just opened up. I think I saw a news story about that. I was like, what? They've only just opened up? But, different countries.
They have only just opened up. In fact, I was there. I've only just returned from South Korea last Sunday. Sadly, I caught the Halloween disaster that they had there.
Oh, no.
That marred the journey a little bit, but it's a fascinating destination. Modern and cultural, and really quite exciting. The food is amazing.
I've seen a few vlogs of people going out there to South Korea, and it does look like a wonderful place. I would love to go see Seoul because it looks amazing. When it comes to sort of places in South Asia and stuff, lots of movies, lots of TV, sort of often misconceptions of places. But I feel like when you go out and see a culture for yourself and take it in, that's how you've got to do it, isn't it?
Absolutely. It just depends what you are saying. I don't think there have been any misreportings of South Korea, for instance.
No.
They've suddenly come into vogue with their film industry. That's opened up the destination, and then the food. Those two aspects are what is taking clients out there. Japan has always fascinated people. They remained closed for millennia. They didn't allow visitors in. When they did open, clients are flooding in to go and see that. But places like India, Sri Lanka, there is a lot more misconception about that. But these are both up-and-coming destinations. They are, places that speak English. You're not going to have issues when you're traveling out there, and the hotels are far more luxurious than anything you would find in Europe.
I've always wanted to go to Goa. Goa just looks beautiful. The colours in Goa just look so... It looks romantic there. There's so many different colours when you look at the pictures.
Absolutely, because you've got the Portuguese culture and all of their sort of ochres and their yellows and their wonderful colours there with stark white churches and then the palm trees. The whole thing place looks magical, and when you're out there, you enjoy it because the sunshine is prevailing all the time. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
And what would you say about your, Transindus and Peaks working together? Is that a vital relationship that you guys have?
Well, we've worked together now. Peaks Travel is a 30-year-old company. They're celebrating their 30th. We are a 33-year-old company.
Wow.
So, based in London, and we've always worked together from the beginning.
You've come up together. You've grown up together.
We've grown up together. Yes.
Part of the family.
Yes. But the owners of Peak Travel, they're here today, and we will have a little chat. And Claire has taken over now. She's doing a fantastic job there. She's absolutely wonderful. But we've always had a very good relationship with Peaks Travel. People enjoy the comfort of knowing somebody local. So they book with Peaks Travel. Peaks Travel have done their homework and they found all the specialists for different regions. So we're here as a part of that remit, as a specialist for them. And
What would you say to someone that's maybe a bit travel anxious? Maybe not really done much traveling, got a pot of money they're sitting on, they want to go for that experience, but they're a bit anxious to book it. Would you say, sort of speaking face to face with someone from Peaks, rather than booking someone online and maybe pressing the wrong button, is like the good step for them?
Online, we don't advocate. In fact, we don't even offer an online booking without speaking facility, because we think if you're traveling long haul and if you're traveling to a specialist destination, you need to at least have a discussion with somebody. So we suggest you ring us. We post all of the information online, but when you're booking, we suggest you give us a call and talk to us, or talk to us via Peaks Travel before booking up anything. Anyone that's anxious, all they need to know is that with a specialist company like ours, we will receive you when you arrive at the airport. We'll take you to your hotel. We'll then pick you up for sightseeing from your hotel, show you all the sites with an English-speaking guide, then bring you back. So you have all of that comfort level. When you want to spend a little bit of time on your own, we'll tell you where you can go, what you can do, and how to get back to the comfort of your hotel. So we take care of clients, which is why we've been around for 30 years now. And
tried and tested.
Tried and tested, yeah.
You've
absolutely.
been lovely to speak to. Thank
My
you
pleasure.
so much. I appreciate you work through Peaks, but if somebody wanted to take a look at Transindus as a thing, have you got a website that people can look at?
We've got a website. It's www.transindus.com.
Well, thank you so much for chatting to me today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
I think we're kind of done here. I think we've done it. I think we've done a great job too. We've got a good variety. We've spoken to people about cruises, the Antarctic, and Southeast Asia. We've spoken to people about Italy and Spain, and I've really enjoyed this. I really have. And this is to celebrate 30 years of Peaks Elite Travel. They've always been a great people to speak to. They've offered a gateway into the world for lots of people for many years. And this has been really, really good. People do want to travel and people are interested in these things. And so these things are important. And you need to remember that, sometimes a face-to-face is more important than booking something online, because you are speaking to experts that have been there, know what they're talking about. And, it's a huge investment. It's a lot of money to waste if you press the wrong thing or you select the wrong thing on. We've been there. I've done it. We booked the wrong transfer, or we've done these things online that we didn't mean to. If you go for Peaks, they'll make sure that you get the best experience. And by the way, this isn't a paid sponsorship. We've been asked to say this. I am just aware of the great service that Peaks do offer. Right, so thank you so much to Claire and the guys from Shropshire Festivals for inviting us here today. I've learned an awful lot, spoke to some great people, and again, I'm here at St Mary's for a great event, which, affects the world culturally from further afield, but nonetheless still bringing people together. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Lots of things happening with the Shrewsbury Biscuit at the moment. We are very, very busy. We're covering events here, there and everywhere. Lots of people writing into me now to come on the show, and I love it. If you want to come on the Shrewsbury Biscuit, or you want the Shrewsbury Biscuit to cover an event, to come see you guys, please write into us. My email is shrewsburybiscuitpodcast@gmail.com, and we'd love to hear from you. Right, we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.